Welcome back to the Beach Bum Bookworm. I am Tiffany. I'm so glad y'all found me again today. My channel is mostly about cozy mysteries and romance books. From time to time, I might throw in some other fun videos. We'll see. And today, I am continuing my Spotlighting Cozies series. We are working on British cozies, and actually, I think we are going to finish it up today, which means at the end of this video, I will be giving an announcement on my next Spotlight. So I'm super excited about that. So remember to comment below. Let me know which of these that you liked, which of these series that you read, if you think I should bump something up in my TBR. Anything you want to talk about down there is a place to do it. On your way down to comment, do not forget to stop, hit the subscription and the notification bell because that's going to tell you when I put out new videos each week. All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, I have a few notes before we jump into this list. So the first couple notes, the first one is in the Irish Village Mystery Series by Carleen O'Connor. The main character, I pronounced her name wrong, I believe is pronounced Siobhan, and I did say it wrong. Thank you, Cheryl, for letting me know. I really, really appreciate it. My second note, also given to me by Cheryl. So Cheryl, thank you so much for letting me know these things. I really appreciate it. I missed a British cozy. If other people find British cozies I missed, please put them in the comments below. Let me know. So it is the Hat Mystery series by Jen McKinley, who I love. I love her cupcake series. So I have no idea how I missed this. The first book is called Cloak and Dagger. It'll be right here. The main character is Scarlett Parker and Viv Tremont. They are the inheritors of a ladies' hat shop in London. So the first book says, not only is Scarlett Parker's love life in the loo, as her British cousin Vivian Tremont would say, it's also gone viral with an embarrassing video. So when Viv suggests Scarlett leave Florida to lay low in London, she hops on the next plane across the pond. Viv is the proprietor of Mim's Whims. Oh my gosh, I love the name, Mim's Whims. Again, say that 5 times fast. A ladies' hat shop on Portobello Road bequeathed to both cousins by their beloved grandmother, and she wants Scarlett to finally join her in the millinery business. But a few surprises await Scarlett in London. First, she is met at the airport not by Viv, but her handsome business manager, Harrison Wentworth. Second, Viv, who has some whims of her own, seems to be missing. No one is too concerned about the unpredictable Viv until one of her posh clients is found dead wearing the cloak hat Viv made for her and nothing else. Is Scarlett's cousin in trouble or is she hiding? Wow. That sounds super intriguing. And I again, let me just say this, Jen McKinley is a fabulous writer. So again, one more time, thank you, Cheryl. All right. The last and final note before we jump into the series is there was no Q's or R's that I know of. So if anybody knows of any, please let me know below. So we're jumping right into S. So the first series I want to talk about is the Jane Eyre Chronicles by Joanna Campbell Sloan. The book is called Death of a Schoolgirl. It'll be right here. It says the main character is Jane Eyre. She is the wife of Edward, and she is a mother in mid-1800s England. In her classic tale, Charlotte Bronte introduced readers to the strong-willed and intelligent Jane Eyre. Picking up where Bronte left off, Jane's life has settled into a comfortable pattern. She and her beloved Edward are married and have an infant son, but Jane soon finds herself in the midst of new challenges and threats to those she loves. 2 books in that series. It'll probably definitely be one that is going onto my TBR. So just like that, we're right into the T's. I just want to make this point and reiterate it because I know I've said it several times in other videos, but on this one, my spotlights are not including series that started and ended before the year 2000, and that is because they can be super hard to find. So there were some other series I found, but they were much older. If you're interested in those, do let me know, but I did not include them on this list. So we are straight into the T's. So the next series is the Florence Nightingale Mystery Series. It's by Christine Trent. The first book is called No Cure for the Dead. It'll be right here. It says that the main character is Florence Nightingale, who's, of course, a nurse in London in the 1850s. It says, when a young nurse dies on her watch, Florence Nightingale must uncover the deep hidden secrets someone will kill to keep buried. It is 1853. Lady of the Lamp, Florence Nightingale, has just accepted the position of the superintendent of the establishment for gentlewomen during temporary illness in London. She has hardly had time to learn the names of the nurses in her charge when she suddenly finds one of them hanging in the establishment's library. Her name was Nurse Bellamy. Florence's mettle is tested by the dual goals of preserving what little reputation her hospital has and bringing Nurse Bellamy's killer to justice. Her efforts are met with upturned noses and wayward glances, except for her close friends and advocate inside of the House of Commons, Sidney Herbert. As Florence digs deeper, however, her attention turns to one of the hospital's investors, and suddenly, Sidney becomes reluctant to help. 2 books in that series. Wow, that sounds really, really interesting. Definitely going on my TBR. Oh my gosh. The next book is also by Kristen Trent. It is the Lady of Ashes Mystery Series. The book is called Lady of Ashes. Here it is. It says the main character is Violet Morgan. She is an undertaker in Victorian London. Oh my gosh. Okay, it says only a woman with an iron backbone could succeed as an undertaker in Victorian England, but Violet Morgan takes great pride in her trade. When her husband Graham is preoccupied with elevating their station in society, Violet is cultivating a sterling reputation for Morgan undertaking. She is empathetic, well-versed in funeral fashions, and comfortable with death rolls in life, until its chilling rattle comes knocking on her own front door. Violet's peculiar but happy life begins to unravel as Graham becomes obsessed with his own demons, and all but abandons her as he plans a vengeful scheme. And the solace she's always found in her work evaporates like a departing soul when she suspects that some of the deceased she's dressed have been murdered. When Graham disappears, Violet takes full control of the business and is commissioned for an undertaking of royal proportions. But she's certain there's a killer lurking in the London fog, and the next funeral may be her own. 6 books in that series. Whew, it sounds like something I would really love, but it also sounds like something that would scare me. So I don't know. I can't stress this enough. I've said it in other videos. I seriously am the biggest scaredy cat. So if you've read this and it's kind of more on the not as traditional cozy, please let me know so I will know whether to actually check this book out or not. So we're taking another leap and we're straight on to the W's. Whew, this is going quick. All right, so the first series is called the Amory Ames Mystery Series. The first book is called Murder at the Brightwell. It's right here. This series is by Ashley Weaver. It says the main character is Amory Ames. She's a wealthy young woman in Britain in the 1930s. It says, it's more terrible than you think, Mrs. Ames. It appears that Mr. Howe was murdered. Amory Ames, a wealthy young woman questioning her marriage to her notoriously charming playboy husband Milo, is looking for a change. She accepts a request for help from her former fiancé Gil Trent, not knowing that she'll soon become embroiled in a murder investigation that will not only test her friendship for Gil, but will also upset the status quo with her husband. Amory accompanies Gil to the luxurious Brightwell Hotel in an attempt to circumvent the marriage of his sister Emmeline to Rupert Howe, a disreputable man. There is more than her happiness at stake when Rupert is murdered and Gil is arrested for the crime. Matters are further complicated by Milo's unexpected arrival, and as the line between friend and foe become less clear, Amory must decide where her heart lies and catch the killer before she too becomes a victim. So there's another one that's probably going straight on my TBR that sounded like it would be something that I would really like. I'm not sure how many are in this series, but it just sounded so interesting. So the next series is the first edition library series. The first book is called The Bodies in the Library. It's right here. This series is by Marty Wingate. It says the main character is Haley Burke, and she is the curator of the first edition Society's library in England. It says Haley Burke has landed a dream job. She is the new curator of Lady Georgina Falling's first edition library. The library is kept at Middlebank House, a lovely Georgian home in Bath, England. Haley lives on the premises and works with the finicky Glenys Woolger, Lady Falling's former secretary. Mrs. Woolger does not like Haley's idea to modernize the first edition society and bring in fresh blood. And she is not even aware of the fact that Haley does not know the first thing about the Golden Age of Mysteries. Haley is faking it till she makes it, and one of her plans is to breathe new life into the society is actually taking flight. An Agatha Christie fan fiction writers group is paying dues to meet up at Middlebank House. But when one of the group is found dead in the venerable stacks of the library, Haley has to catch a killer to save the society and her new job. Whew. I can only say it is definitely going on my TBR. There's so much about that I really, really like. I love books about books. It just sounded so intriguing. Let me know if you've read it because it's probably going pretty high up on my TBR. So the next book and the last book in the spotlighting British Cozies is the Maisie Dobbs mystery series. The first book is called Maisie Dobbs. It's by Jacqueline Winspear. Here is the cover. It says Maisie Dobbs got her start as a maid in an aristocratic London household when she was 13. Her employer, suffragette Lady Rowan Compton, soon became her patron, taking the remarkably bright youngster under her wing. Lady Rowan's friend, Maurice Blanche, often retained as an investigator by the European elite, recognized Maisie's intuitive gifts and helped her earn admission to the prestigious Girton College in Cambridge, where Maisie planned to complete her education. The outbreak of war changed everything, and Maisie trained as a nurse, then left for France to serve at the front, where she found and lost an important part of herself. 10 years later, in the spring of 1929, Maisie sets out on her own as a private investigator, one who has learned that consequences are meaningful and the truth is elusive. Her very first case involves suspected infidelity but reveals something very different. In the aftermath of the Great War, a former officer has found a working farm known as the Retreat that acts as a convalescent refuge for ex-soldiers too shattered to resume normal life. When fate brings Maisie to a second case involving the Retreat, she must finally confront the ghost that has haunted her for over a decade. There are 16 books in that series. Another one that sounds so intriguing to me. Oh, my TBR is, I just keep saying it, but wow. All right, so we have come to the end of the video, but before we go, I want to talk about my next spotlight. So I actually want to do it a little bit different. I want to really encourage, hopefully, more interaction. I've been saying for on several videos, please comment below. I really want to talk with y'all. So this is maybe a way to encourage that dialogue. My next spotlight, I'm going to have you guys vote. I'm also going to, so you can put in the comments below which one you would like. I'm also going to put a vote up on Twitter by everybody needs to have voted that wants to vote by next Saturday in the morning. So I'm going to put a time limit on. Let's do Friday night. I'm sorry. Back up. Reverse. Let's do by Friday night because then it'll give me time to also research before I start new videos. Thank you. So here they are. Here's my drum roll. Okay. I'm either going to do animals, and that could be anything. So stories that involve animal professions like a dog grooming business or a pet sitting. It could also be books where an animal is a big part of the story. It can be just anything that involves animals. So that is one choice. Or bakeries and candy shops. Those would be together. Bakeries and candy shops would be one, or animals. So please vote in the comments below. Let me know which one you would prefer for your next spotlight. I'm going to be starting it next week. So again, please vote by Friday night. I will also put up a poll on Twitter. And until next time, may all your future reads be 5 stars. Bye, everyone.